Hello guys, welcome back to Warrior Cat Queen. So today we are going to be reading The Famous Puppy Sister, written by S.E. Hinton, illustrated by Jacqueline Rogers. So I looked it up online and it turns out there are comic books you can buy, and the chapter book that I will be reading you can buy. So we are only going to be reading chapter 1 in this episode, and you can look out on my channel for chapter 2. So let's get started. Chapter 1. I didn't say I wanted a dog. I said a brother or sister might have been nice. That's the first thing I can remember Nick saying. Nick doesn't remember coming home from the hospital when he was born, but I remember coming home from the farm. That is the first happening I can remember, coming home in Nick's first words. Well, it looks like there's not going to be a brother or sister, so a puppy will have to do, Mom answered. I was in my travel kennel, a kind of box with bars at one end, so I could see out. Nick and I got it out yesterday. I can't believe I could ever fit in that thing. Even though I could see out, there wasn't much to see, just the back of the front seat, but I didn't care because there was too many sounds, cars and trucks rushing by, honking the engine of cars, and too many smells, gasoline, Nick's Cheetos, Mom and Dad, and then burst of smells as we passed farms and ranches and towns. I had never been in a car, and I was very frightened. Mom said, Nick, she's whimpering because she's scared. Pet her a little. No way, Nick said. It'll probably bite me. Mom said, not it. She's a puppy person, not a thing. I couldn't see Nick because he sat on the other side of the travel kennel, but I could smell him. He wasn't as mad as he sounded. Well, okay, but she better not bite me, he said. His fingers came through the bars and I licked them. They tasted cheesy and very good. His hands smelled so friendly. Good girl, Nick's voice was softer. You're going to be okay. I felt better. We stopped and Mom took me out of the kennel and sat me on the ground. Here, Nick, take your puppy sister over to that field so she can do her business and stretch her legs. Nick had a long leash fastened onto my collar so that I couldn't lose him. We ran and ran together. It was so much fun. At the car, Dad poured a cup of water out of a bottle, and Nick showed me some food, but I ignored it. A strange smell from a nearby ditch caught my attention. I dragged Nick along and peered into the little ditch. I was nose to nose with something. It had very long ears, whiskers, and wild, buggy eyes. The creature's nose twitched. Aha! He jumped out of the ditch and went leaping across the field. Aha! He shouted in a strange, high-pitched cackle. I didn't hesitate a second. I jumped after him so hard Nick came off his end of the leash. The creature jumped in zigzag lines. I scrambled fast after him. We were having such fun. What a friendly fellow. No, Leisha, no, Nick yelled, chasing me. Not toward the highway. Leave the rabbit alone. No, Nick, no, shouted Mom. Not toward the highway. Mom and Dad joined the chase, too. A chase party. The rabbit jumped, and jumped. Aha, he laughed. I was getting closer, closer. Suddenly, my head was jerked backwards. My legs went out from under me, and I thumped onto the ground. Nick was stretched out behind me, hanging onto the leash. He rolled to his feet and grabbed me tight. No, he panted, never run into the road. I could hear his heart pounding. Mom and Dad ran up. Nick, never chase that puppy onto a highway. I could hear their hearts pounding, too. What a fun family. They really knew how to do a chase. Nick rubbed his cheek on my fur. I looked across the highway. The trucks blocked my view for a second. Then I saw a pair of long ears bounding away, and I heard a faint aha. I whimpered and squirmed, but Nick just held me tight. Let's hit the road, Dad said. We almost did, said Mom. It was awful to be stuck back in the car. I whined. Oh, no, you don't, Nick said. You're not getting out until we get home. I remember the rest of the trip just being long like that smells and noises for a long, long time. Smells and noises, the car rocking. Smells and noises, smells and Alicia, Mom said softly. Alicia, wake up, we're home. I woke up to find Mom putting me on the ground. Here's your new backyard, Alicia. I walked around, too tired even to sniff much. She needs a good night's sleep, Dad said, and so do you, Nick. Let's show her the laundry room. That's where she'll be sleeping until she's housebroken. They took me into the house and put me in a little room. I had not a pillow. I had a pillow, a food dish, a bowl of water. I sniffed each, but where were Nick's pillow, dish bowl? Good night, honey, Mom said. She turned off the light and shut the door. It was dark. I was all alone. I started to whimper. Here, go. Mom opened the door and tossed me something. It was an old shirt of Nick's. It smelled familiar already. I took a deep breath of it and closed my eyes. Then, just before I went to sleep, I caught a new smell, something different, strange. I couldn't keep my eyes open, but I went to sleep knowing something was in that lived in the house. Someone not human. Well, thank you for reading chapter 1 of The Puppy Sister with me. I will be reading chapter 2, as I said in the beginning, if I get a lot of subscribers from this video. Now, please subscribe, hit the bell, and thumbs up like I said. Bye, people. I hope you enjoyed.